What's up, y'all? I can finally go live. It won't let you live until you have. It won't let you go live until you have a certain number of subscribers, whatever, blah blah blah. And I the subscriber limit that allows me to go live. That way, I can kind of do a little bit longer videos and get my thoughts out there without having to upload a short and then do all the other foolishness that I was having to do. So I've had a lot of silence, a lot of blessed silence, and time to think about, I don't know, just things that I want to work on, things I want to change. Look at that cute little turtle bracelet. I have two of them actually. Little turtle bracelet. So one of the things I was thinking about is, so I've been told before that I take things the wrong way, or I make a mountain out of a molehill, and I don't think I do. I take things exactly as they are given. And like, if you don't want me to take it that way, you should have gave it to me a different way. So like, for instance, right? So I was thinking about the girl that I stayed with when I went down to Savannah. So I had a court date. I had to go see my baby daddy, right? And so she took me there. She took me to my court date, and we're on the way there. And mind you, she knows all my health issues. I've pretty much like run the gambit as far as telling her like all the issues that I have and how I fought for over 2 years to get disability. Like, she knows what it is, or I thought she did, right? I mean, anybody that's even watched my YouTube at all has a pretty good idea of the issues that I have, because I'm very vocal about it. I'm vocal about my physical health issues. I'm vocal about my mental health issues. I'm chatty, okay? So we had to stop at the gas station. I gave her a little 20 twin to put in the gas tank. Just because I don't ever show up empty-handed. Even though I'm not talking to her right now. She did let me stay with her, and I showed her a good time while we were there. Took her out to dinner a couple times. I paid for drinks. I did this. Big Daddy's in town. Big Daddy's coming to pay. And so, anytime she took me somewhere, I would throw some gas in the tank. And then, so we're on the way. We had to stop and get gas, right? So we stop and get gas. And then on the way back to the car, she said something that just totally rubbed me the wrong way. Hi, what's up? So it's totally rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm going to tell you why. So she goes in to pay for the gas, and then she comes back to the car, and she tells me, hey, she's like, hey, you see that sign up there? I was like, yeah, what's up? What about it? She's like, well, whenever you decide you want to come back down here and live with me, that sign right there says they're hiring, so you can get a job. And I just like I was just like, I had the dumb face. Linda, hi, what's up? I had the dumb face, because I'm like, did this bitch really just say that to me? And I'm like, my situation. That the reason I can't work is because I have all these physical disabilities. Like, I'm, like I said, I'm very vocal about it. And so I'm telling her about it. And she's like, oh yeah, well, you can get this job. And I'm like, Sarah, I can't work. Like, what are you even talking about? And she's like, well, technically you can. You can only work like a certain number of hours, though. You can't go above this. I already know that. Like, you trying to preach to me about something, and here I am, the preacher, right? Like, you preaching to the choir. It's like you preaching to Jesus, my guy. And so it just, and you might could say I took that the wrong way, but to me, the way I took it is like, okay, you either don't believe that I'm really disabled, like you feel like I'm full of shit, you don't believe that there's anything wrong with me, or you just feel like I'm lying about it. Because that would be like giving a job flyer to somebody in a full body cast, and it's like, hey, here's a job for you to do. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And so I was like, so I tried not to make a thing about it, and I'm trying to be at a point where I'm so unbothered that nothing bothers me, and I'm just like, hold on. Like, I really try to brush things off. I try to be as unbothered as I can be about things, because life ain't that serious. You can take this shit as serious as you want. You're gonna die anyway. We all gonna die. But it's like, I'll try to brush things off, but then when I feel it's like coming back to me, I'm like, this bitch really trying to play me. She really trying to play me. Like nothing is wrong with me. Like, I'm just this able-bodied person who's able to do all these things, and I'm just choosing not to. Like, I'm just choosing to be lazy. No, I can't work from home either. So the main reason I can't do anything from home is because okay, so in my neck, I have herniated disc, I have scoliosis, and like right now my entire arm is numb. So my arms, like especially my right arm. So if I'm sitting up for a while, like, I'm good right now because I just sat down. But anytime that I'm sitting down for any period of time, because I have issues in my back too, so my whole body starts to like radiate numbness. And that's one of the big reasons I can't. Like, I have, most of my problems are musculoskeletal. Like, I have, like I said, I have scoliosis, I have herniated disc, I have degenerative disc disease, I have tears in both of my rotator cuffs. So I have this thing called Bertolotti syndrome. It's actually a birth defect. It's something I was born with. And in my back, it means that one part of my lumbar spine is fused. It forms like an artificial joint, and it fuses to one side of my hip. And it's something you're born with, and it usually starts causing problems like in your 30s and your 40s, which is where, this is where I'm at in age. And I feel like because I'm relatively young, I look healthy, and people don't think that there's anything wrong with me because, a lot of disabilities are invisible. Nothing is wrong with me that you can see. Like, you can see in my neck, like, hold on, I'll show you. So you can see, like, when I bend my neck back, my neck just collapses on itself. Like, it folds like an accordion. But I have numerous, issues with my body. And for somebody that's supposed to be like my best friend is like, oh, well, you can just come down here with me and you're gonna have to get a job because you gotta work so you can help pay the rent. I'm like, this bitch got me fucked up. It's like, you're not taking me seriously. You're looking at me like I'm a joke, right? And because I am so vocal about things like this, it's like, so what, you think I'll just be talking because I have lips? It's like, especially for somebody that I'm close to, it's like, I like for people in my life to understand where I'm coming from. And no, I haven't worked in 3.5 years. The last job I had, I worked at Amazon. I got hurt on the job. I hurt both my shoulders and my neck. And truth be told, a lot of it was issues that I already had, but they were worsened by doing like repetitive motion jobs. And I tore my body completely up. So now, at the ripe old age of 37, I am completely and totally disabled. And almost everything I have is degenerative, meaning it gets worse over time. So everything that I have is going to get worse like the older I get, and I have an early onset of it. So I say all that to say all this. It's like I've been told that I take things the wrong way. Well, maybe you gave it to me the wrong way. Did you think about that? And I don't want to be friends with somebody who, not only that, who doesn't take me seriously even after, explaining all the things that why I am the way I am. And not only that, but being friends with someone who is so male-centered. And not only male-centered, but the males that are in your life ain't shit, right? Like, if I'm hosting a friend, if I'm having somebody come in town to see me specifically, all men are going on the back burner. Like, any man that's on my roster, if I was seeing somebody, any man, they're not going to be there while I'm, like, hosting my friend that I haven't seen in 5 years. So I ain't seen this bitch in 5 years. And I stayed with her for maybe 6 days. And out of those 6 days, I want to say, like, 3 or 4 of those, she was hosting men. And it really made me feel some type of way that it's like she gives her men this like royal treatment. She cooks for them, she cleans for them, she's acting like, you know, Cinderella in her own home. She acts like the man is the king of the castle. That's cool, whatever. But he don't pay no rent. He does nothing to contribute. Like, how you got a man treat you like you are a slave in your own home, and then it's like, but you don't cook when it's just me. Like how are you my friend when you put the males in your life on a pedestal, but you don't treat the females in your life to that same degree? And I'm just like, yo, bitch, what? And all the men, they ain't worth a fuck. Like, I understand that certain people, like, you know, like, there'll be a position, like, you always put your men in this certain position. Like, if it's on a podium, you're on a pedestal. Okay, well, men go here, our friends go here, and everybody's different. I understand that. I understand that everybody's different. But to make me feel like I'm not even on the podium, and just your random Tuesday night gets better treatment than me, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? And I used to be so close with this girl, and I realized that, you know, she hasn't changed. She's still doing the same shit she was doing when I was there 5 years ago. It's like there's been no growth, there's been no progression. If anything, there's been regression. And then, you know, having these mental health episodes where it's like, okay, so we would be going to Walmart, get stuff for dinner tonight, and then her boyfriend calls, and next thing you know, they're in a screaming match. And I've been in relationships like that, and I've grown way past that, and it took me back there. It's like she would be screaming, he would be screaming. I would have to, like, literally disassociate in order to get away from it. Like, I would have to put in my AirPods, I can't speak, my AirPods, and, like, turn my music up loud just to disassociate from it. And it's like, if I'm being around somebody that is detrimental to my mental health, who treats me worse than the men in her life who treat her like shit. So, for instance, this is an example. Her other best friend died, and during an argument one time with her boyfriend, he's like, I'm gonna send you where Andrea is. Andrea was the name of the girl that died. But men like that get, like, king treatment. She treats them like kings. Whereas somebody like me, who actually has love for her and looks out and does things, like breaks bread with you, it's like I'm the dirt beneath your shoe. And so, you know, I had my good time with her, and I ended up actually leaving early because I just couldn't take it. Like, it was just not a vibe. It wasn't a good time. And, you know, she's still in the same bullshit situation. Like, in the past 5 years, my life has completely changed. You know, I went from being homeless. The way we met each other is we both lived in a hotel, and then we ended up working there, and we worked there for a few years. We were really good friends. We've been, you know, in and out of touch a few times, and because I knew I was going down there, I got back in touch with her. And now, like, if I knew I always say that wrong. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have just went down there, handled my business, and then flew back out the same day. Like, I had to go down there for court because my baby daddy, he has custody of my kids. And so so we just had to do like this little court date thing, and that was really the only reason I saw her. But it just, you ever just realize you're not on the same page with somebody? Like, we ain't even reading the same book. It's not even in the same language. And it's sad because it, like, really, me going down there, that was me saying goodbye. And so, you know what? I came back up here, and I was just waiting for her to fuck up, because last year, the past 3 years, and this might sound petty, it might sound petty to cut somebody off over this, but the past 3 years, this bitch didn't tell me happy birthday. Our birthdays are a day apart. Hers is August 14th, mine is August 15th. And I've cut her off a couple times over it. I'm like, it'll be little shit like that that will show me that I really don't mean shit to you. And again, people can say that I'm making a big deal out of nothing, but to me, it's about reciprocity. If you're not reciprocating the way that I'm treating you, if I'm giving out way more than I'm receiving, it's time for you to go. And so, you know, I realized I was just waiting until our birthdays came around, hoping that she would fuck up so that I could cut her off again. And I'm like, you know what? You ain't even got to wait. I was like, after the way that she did you on this trip, you ain't even got to wait. Just block her. And I didn't start no shit. I didn't do anything. I left in silence. I'm like, you know what? Just block. I feel like sometimes breaks are needed even in friendships. And I still got love for her. I do. But a lot of times, if you're trying to elevate, like, so, you know, life is like a video game, and we all out here trying to just get to the next level. You know, it's not like in the actual games, though, because if you die, you don't come back. I mean, you go back into the ether, and you eventually find your way back here, but we all just trying to get to this next level. And a lot of times, I feel like the only way to do that is alone. Because if you're not dealing with people that are on the same frequency, that have the same drive as you, that have the same ambition, then instead of y'all going up together, it's like you go up a little bit and then they just bring you down. Like you trying to tandem climb this fucking mountain to be with somebody, and instead you're the only one climbing, and then you're the lifeline keeping them from falling off the fucking mountain. And you know what? That's when sometimes you gotta cut that rope. And that's where I'm at in life, is like why I enjoy being alone so much, is because I know when I'm alone, there's nobody to bring me down. There's nobody interfering with my frequency. And I don't even like people like that no more. Like, you know, I've been sober for the past 2 years, and I fucked up my sobriety. I knew I was gonna do it. I plan to do it. So I'm sober mostly for health reasons, like, you know, because I also have a heart condition, and just nothing's gonna kill me. Oh, excuse me. But I'm sober for health reasons. But I knew if I went down there, I was gonna do some dumb shit. Like, I was gonna drink. I was probably gonna smoke weed. Just like low frequency, low vibration shit. Just to see what it was like. So I smoked weed for the first time in 2 years. Hated it. I went down there, we went out, we had some drinks, and it's just like, it just don't hit the same no more. Like, some people can spend their whole life doing the same shit and never get tired of it. Like, they like to go out every weekend and get drunk or get high and do all the same shit. And that stuff has lost any and all appeal to me. But I did it just because, you know, it was like a when in Rome thing, or when in Savannah, whatever. And so I went down there and I did all these things, and I tried to be this sociable person that I used to be, and I just realized that that person's not me anymore. That if there's one thing in this life I enjoy, it's my solitude. Like, most of the time this is where I'm at. I'm here, you know, I write, I'm a poet, I write, I'm performing, I'm in my element when I'm by myself. And if I don't find myself around like-minded people, it's like I feel like any progress that I'm making as far as going up they're just making me stagnant. It's like I'm not going anywhere with these people. In fact, you're dragging me back down into a person that I was like 4 people ago. It's like I've leveled up so far beyond the person that I used to be, that being around people that I used to find comfort in, being around people that I used to be familiar with, it's like I no longer find comfort in that. It's not somewhere I want to be. I enjoy being alone. Like, I can sit here and talk like this forever because I am the only person here, really. I mean, I have an imaginary, invisible audience, but nobody's talking back. There's nobody to steal my energy. And you know, a lot of people are like vampires, not in the sense that they're going to suck your blood, but they're going to suck your energy out. And so the whole time I was down there, you know, pretending to be this sociable person, you know, I met up with my mom too. I hadn't seen my mom in 5 years. I saw some friends from high school that I haven't seen in years. I went and did a lot of things that, one, I don't normally have the physical energy for, but I also don't have the mental, spiritual energy to do either. So I did all these things, you know, tried to pretend that I was just pretended that I was an actual person. And the whole time I was there, I longed for my solitude. It's like the whole time I was there, I just wanted to be here. I wanted to be here in my element, you know, alone. And for a while, you know, when I first stopped working, it was hard for me because I went from being inundated with people, surrounded by people all the time, you know, at a job, in relationships. I was always around people. So it was hard for me to go from that to solitude, where I'm alone almost all the time. But then once I got used to it, I learned to love it. I love my solitude now. I love being alone. You know, I'm single. I haven't dated anyone in, I don't know, it's probably been like 3 years now. And I'm just realizing that I don't have the energy for people. I just really don't. And that's why it's so great now that I'm fortunate, I'm blessed enough that, one, I don't have to work anymore, that I'm able to still have financial stability even though I don't work. And for somebody to say to me, oh, well, you can come down here and get a job. Let me tell you something. This is one of the mantras I live by. I don't work for things. Things work for me. And I'm going to say that again. I don't work for things. Things work for me. You know, that's what I call it remixing reality, where it's like I can take any turn of phrase, give it a different spin, send it your way. I put that in a poem. So I can take anything, any quote, any saying, anything about life, and put a different spin on it. Like, you know, what's the saying about, you know, up the creek without a paddle? It's like, I'm never up the creek, but I always have a paddle. So it'll just be little shit like that. And then those become my words that I live by. And, you know, it works. So for somebody to be like, you can come down here and get a job. Why is it that people with jobs who do this 9 to 5, who are in the daily grind, or whatever you want to call it, who are cogs in the machine, have such a problem with people who aren't? It's like I stepped out of the box. I'm not a part of the system. I'm not part of any system where I literally don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And you know what? I don't. I no longer do things I don't want to do. Like, I understand that it sucks that you have to get up and go to work every day, but why would you want that from me? Knowing that I have freedom, that I have stability. Why would you even, that's like wishing death on me. You want me to come back and be a part of a system that I worked so hard to exit. Girl, bye. Man, water's so good. Even this, what does it say? Do what you love. And that's all I do. I have little reminders everywhere about, you know, just life. Some of them are funny, like this one. Don't be a little bitch. Don't be a little bitch. And here's another good one. It is a beautiful day to leave me alone. And as much as I enjoy my solitude, like when I go, like for instance, when I go out, I can be doing anything. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. But I generally don't get left alone. I do tend to garner a lot of attention everywhere I go. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, how I'm dressed. None of that matters. I could go out in pajamas and somebody's going to try to talk to me. And I've had to, I guess, learn how to live with that. Because unless I'm on stage and I am performing, I don't generally like to be the center of attention. Like, I like to be left alone. Like, when I go outside, I'll have sunglasses on, AirPods in. Like, I'll be in my own world. I treat people like non-player characters. You know, if people talk to me, I'll usually be like, hi, how you doing? But I don't go out looking for attention, and I don't really want it. Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm gonna come right back because my phone is about to die and somebody's calling me. So I'll catch you on the flip side.